What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self Defense. This is a lesson learned for being a good Samaritan. This is from the Law and Crime Network, and it's talking about a man who went to jail for attempting to kidnap a woman at Walmart. His name is Mahendra Patel. He goes into the Walmart. He asks the woman where the Tylenol is, and this woman was in her cart, and she says that he tried to grab her child. They had like a little tug and war. And then she was able to take her child away, and she called the police. So he's walking into Walmart. This went down in the Walmart in Georgia. And he's been sitting in jail for 30 days. But here's the kicker. Evidence shows that there was no struggle. Evidence shows that he walked up to her and he was looking around for Tylenol, and he asked her, hey, where's the Tylenol? Because I've done that before. I don't go up to people. I try to make sure I find an employee. This woman was in a cart. She's not crippled or anything like that. She likes to have, she says her kids like it and she just does it for fun or whatever. But here he is asking, he shows her like, hey, I got the Tylenol, and she gives him a thumbs up. That's after the so-called incident went down. And that's her chilling. So officer spoke with the mother. Witnesses learned that the suspect approached her and asked a question about Tylenol. The suspect then grabbed the juvenile and attempted to pull the child away from the mother. The mother was able to break away with the juvenile, and the suspect fled the area. The juvenile was not injured during the incident. And so that's her report right there. And after he left Walmart, this man goes to jail. When I pointed my arm out this way to point to the direction where the Tylenol was, this is when he reached down, put both hands on my child, and grabbed him out of my lap. I'm like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? He pulled him. I pulled him back. We're tug of warring, she says. This is her calling the Walmart employee and saying, hey, somebody just tried to kidnap my baby. And of course, it's like, if you're an employee, you're like, oh my God, that's crazy. Hey, let's take care of the situation. Let's call the police. Let's do what we got to do. And as a result, a couple of days later, the police pulled up on this man, took him to jail. But his lawyer is showing a different narrative on the video. This is after the incident. He's showing her, hey, thanks. I got the Tylenol. She gave him a thumbs up and then she walks off. And so she didn't seem stressed out. If somebody was pulling your child in a Walmart, you would straight go mama bear. But here's him walking in the store, and this shows him walking around looking for the Tylenol. I've been there before, man. You go to a different Walmart, and I know Walmart pretty well, but you go to a different Walmart, you're like, where the hell is this? And you're looking for a little item, especially something like Tylenol. It's very hard to find. And so he's walking around, and then he's like, man, screw this. I gotta talk to somebody. I don't know why he went up to a woman with a baby and asked her. He probably should have went to an employee. So that's a lesson learned right there. That's a very hard lesson learned. But he probably wasn't thinking that he was gonna go to jail because he had no bad intentions. So this is where he asked for the Tylenol, and this is where she says that there was a tug of war ensued with the child. And so I think at some point he thought that the child was gonna fall out, and so he goes to help her, and then he walks off. That doesn't seem like an emergency to me. That does not seem like an emergency. And then he walks off, he goes to his Tylenol, and then she backs up and she runs into something, and there's a dude right there. He was trying to kidnap her. That dude in the orange shirt was ready for war. He comes back, he even talks to the dude that was looking, and he's chilling, and he makes sure he goes up to the lady, and he's like, hey man, thanks for helping me. She gives a thumbs up. So here's another angle right here. The dude in the orange shirt, I don't know if that's an employee. He has a little, necklace on. And so that's the interaction right there. And it seems like the child tries to get out from a different angle. And then all of a sudden he turns around. Watch where he turns around. Oh, he's looking. If anything's going on, there's a kidnapping going on. Dude in the orange shirt was ready for war. He has his black Air Forces on. He is ready for war. But that's her pointing her to. He goes up and talks to her. Blow. She runs into the thing. Mind you, she's not a crippled. She doesn't have any kind of disability. Reports say that she just her kids like it and it's fun. So she's doing that, right? So here's another angle. He's saying, hey, I got the Tylenol. Appreciate you. She gives him the thumbs up and he rolls out. He's checking out, he's chilling. This doesn't look like the attitude of somebody who tried to kidnap somebody. He's talking to employees, he's chilling. He's just happy that he's getting ready to get rid of his headache. Or maybe he's on the honeydew list. Maybe he's making like a little run for his wife. A couple of days later, he's sitting in jail. That's his mugshot. He's sitting in jail for what you saw on camera. Now, you know me. You know that I have I say this all the time. I have to give a reminder. I have hundreds of videos where I'm advocating for women. I'm talking about women being under attack. You have to watch your back, human trafficking and all that stuff, right? And so, there's a lot of weight when I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure if this guy was kidnapped. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he was trying to kidnap the lady. I think that the kid was scrambling around and he was like, oh no. And he like reached out and tried to keep the kid from falling. And she took that as, oh, he tried to kidnap my kid. But she didn't even feel that way, because if it was a kidnapping, she would have screamed her head off. And I hesitate to try to tell people, oh, they would have reacted this way. But in this case, I am doing that. I am doing that, where I don't know what she's trying to do. I don't know why this man is sitting in jail. I don't know why they put him in jail without like looking at the tape. Like, why didn't they give him due process? What happened to innocent until proven guilty? I'm not trying to start nothing on this video here, but there's another case going on right now in Frisco, Texas, where there was an actual stabbing and somebody died. And like somebody literally died, they were stabbed, and they were able to, they went to jail, but they was able to post bail and get out of jail. And, the due process is going, it's innocent until proven guilty. The case is crazy because it's been made very public. So it's going to make it more difficult either way to get a fair shot. Either way, that's how I feel. But in this case, you saw the video, and we haven't even seen video of the stabbing, but we saw video of this. We literally saw the video, and that man's still sitting in jail. Ain't nobody saying, oh, innocent until proven guilty, and he just got hurt for being a good Samaritan. So whenever you're, my self-defense lesson for the day, hey, yes, if somebody's trying to take your kid, you turn into mama bear and you scream your head off and you do what you got to do and you report that mess as quick as possible. With that being said, she took 30 minutes to report that. It's almost like she took 30 minutes to think of what to say. I don't know. But on the flip side, like I said, attacks come in all shapes and sizes. Just because it's not somebody putting a gun up to your head doesn't mean that you're not under attack. All right. If you are at Walmart and you go to somebody and you're like, hey, where's the Tylenol? Which I don't recommend. So that's one lesson. If you're looking for something, find an employee. Find an employee and get those directions. Don't approach a random person, because you don't know what type of danger that person is. Just because they're not going to jump up and attack you doesn't mean they're not going to use the law to attack you. Do you see what I'm saying? Just doesn't mean that there could be some unknown situation. Now, if a Walmart employee does something crazy to you, then that company is liable. And that person is there trying to get paid. They're trying to help people. But when you just randomly go up to somebody, you do not know that person. You would think like, out of all the people I'm going up to, this woman with her children seems very safe right here. He was probably safer going up to the guy in the orange shirt. That's what I think. He was safer going up to that guy right there, man. And so hopefully there's justice for this man. Hopefully he gets out of jail. The fact that he was in jail for 30 days mean that his life is pretty much crushed right now. So hopefully he gets some type of justice. I don't know what's going to happen. Now there's a false accusation. You already know that women are not getting in trouble for false accusations. It's like there's been some, but for the most part, it really doesn't happen. So this is just a very crazy cautionary tale that I'm giving. So that's why I make these videos, because yes, I can talk about how to fight someone off. I can talk about how to fight an attacker, but what I can't foresee is all the things that's happening in this world, right? So of course, obviously, if somebody runs up to you with a gun, somebody tries to grab you or take you, yes, that's obvious. But what I try to talk about is how attacks come from all different angles, and you never know what's going to happen. All right. So that's all I got for this one. Tell me what you think about it in the comments below. I'll see you on the next one.